Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're cracking open the Architect's Handbook of Core Prompting Techniques, and let me tell you, we are going to fundamentally level up your AI skills. You really have to think of modern AI systems like a highly capable, ridiculously fast, but very literal-minded intern. They desperately want to help you out, but they can literally only be as effective as the instructions you hand them. If you want executive-level results, you've got to give executive-level instructions, right? So it's kind of the million-dollar question, isn't it? Why do some people seem to just effortlessly pull these genius, highly polished responses out of AI while others get, well, absolute garbage? The secret here is that AI isn't magic. It doesn't read your mind. It just requires a very specific language. Once you actually understand the structure of that language, you stop just crossing your fingers hoping for a good response, and you start engineering one. Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got a really clear progression arc today to build your ultimate AI toolkit. We'll start with the language of AI, then we'll move through 4 distinct levels of prompting. Zero shot for the cold start, one shot to provide a blueprint, few shot for finding patterns, and finally chain of thought to force step-by-step reasoning. Then we'll wrap it all up with mastering your overall AI communication. All right, let's start right at the foundation with Section 1. The language of AI. Now, before we start playing around with the advanced tools, we really need to understand the basic steering wheel we're using to drive this whole technology. Our source material defines prompting techniques as different ways of giving instructions to an AI model so it can generate better and more accurate responses. I want you to really internalize this idea. The quality of the response you get is directly dictated by how you formulate the instruction. Simply put, if the output is bad, well, the prompt was probably bad. We're going to look at the 4 absolute most important techniques to fix exactly that. And that brings us to Level 1, Section 2, Zero Shot, also known as the cold start. Imagine handing a brand new intern a task out of nowhere. Zero training, zero prep, and you expect them to just knock it out of the park. That's the essence of zero-shot prompting. The formal definition here is asking the AI to perform a task without giving any examples. That's absolutely the crucial phrase right there, without giving any examples. You're relying entirely on the AI's pre-existing built-in knowledge to figure out what you want. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how the AI handles a basic, direct command straight out of the box. Our prompt is super simple. Write a short slogan for a coffee shop. Notice we didn't tell it what kind of tone to use or how long it should be, or even give it a sample to look at. And the AI responds with, fresh coffee, fresh start. Hey, it's pretty decent. The AI understood the concept of a slogan, it understood the concept of a coffee shop, and it just seamlessly merged the two together. So, thinking about your daily productivity, you obviously don't always need super complex instructions. You're going to want to pull this low-effort tool out of your toolbox when you're dealing with simple tasks, asking general knowledge questions, or just need quick content generation. We're talking things like, translate this sentence to French, or give me a quick slogan. It's fast, it's easy, and it requires literally zero prep work on your end. Let's level up. Section 3, One Shot, also known as the blueprint. So what happens when you need something just a little more specific? We level up. One-shot prompting is exactly what it sounds like, providing exactly one example before asking the AI to perform the task. We're shifting from 0 examples to exactly 1. And by doing this, you're essentially handing that eager intern a structural blueprint. You're saying, hey, here is what success looks like. Now go do it for this new thing. Notice how elegantly the AI learns from just a tiny amount of context here. First, we feed it a completed example. Review, the movie was amazing, leading to sentiment positive. That first sentence completely trains the AI on the exact format and the classification we expect. Then we hit it with the actual task. Review, the food was terrible, sentiment. And the AI effortlessly outputs negative. It knows exactly what to do just because we showed it first. You really want to make One-Shot your go-to tool when you're teaching a specific format, executing classification tasks like that sentiment analysis we just saw, or when you need pattern-based responses. Basically, anytime you find yourself thinking, I need the AI to match this exact style, just give it one perfect example. Let's move along and see how this builds in Section 4, Few Shot, which is all about finding patterns. Sometimes, just one example really isn't enough to capture a nuanced instruction. We need to establish a sort of structural rhythm for the AI to follow. Few-shot prompting means providing multiple examples to help the AI understand the pattern much more clearly. If OneShot is a single blueprint, FewShot is kind of like handing the intern a complete, fully populated spreadsheet template. You're giving them enough data points to really grasp those complex underlying instructions. Think about this prompt. This is wild. We don't even ask a question with words. We just provide a series of established facts. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Then 3 plus 5 equals 8. Then 10 plus 7 equals 17. Finally, we just leave the last one open. 6 plus 9 equals. We fed the AI a rhythm. It instantly locks onto the exact pattern needed to generate an accurate output and gives us 15. It completely recognized the underlying logic flowing through the multiple examples we provided. To bring this right back to your daily workflow, you'll want to deploy FewShot prompting when strict accuracy is absolutely critical. It's totally perfect for complex patterns, forcing better accuracy by minimizing any guesswork, and generating highly structured outputs. The rule of thumb here is the more examples you give, the tighter the guardrails become around the AI's final response.
All right, time for Section 5, Chain of Thought, where we explore step-by-step reasoning.
Now, let's prepare for the final boss level of prompting. Chain of thought prompting involves encouraging the AI to show step-by-step reasoning before giving you the final answer. Just think about how a human brain works for a second. If I ask you a complex math problem and you just blurt out the very first number that comes to mind, you're probably going to be wrong. But if you talk it out step by step, you'll likely get it right. Well, AI works surprisingly similarly. Consider this classic word problem. A shopkeeper had 20 apples. He sold 8 and bought 5 more. How many apples does he have now? Now focus intently on the final sentence we tack on to the end of that. This is the absolute game changer. Explain step by step. Those 4 little words literally rewire how the AI processes the entire prompt. So the crucial point is how the AI actually responds to this. It doesn't just blurt out 17. It literally shows its work. Step 1, started with 20 apples. Step 2, sold 8 apples, making it 12. Step 3, bought 5 more, making it 17. Final answer, 17 apples. By forcing the AI to physically write out those intermediate steps before it commits to a final answer, you are drastically reducing the chance of it hallucinating or making a silly logical error. This technique is a sheer necessity when the stakes are high. You've got to use chain of thought for logical reasoning tasks, complex math problems, and honestly, any multi-step decision-making. The takeaway? If the task requires actual thinking, tell the AI how to think. Explicitly tell it to think step by step. And that brings us to Section 6, Mastering AI Communication. Congratulations, you've literally just unlocked all 4 core levels of your new AI toolkit. Here's a quick visual cheat sheet for you. We've progressed from the absolute simplest commands all the way to complex reasoning structures. ZeroShot requires no examples and is perfect for those simple tasks. OneShot uses one example to teach a format. FewShot uses multiple examples to really lock in complex patterns. And finally, Chain of Thought forces step-by-step reasoning to conquer logical hurdles. You're no longer just typing blindly into a chat box. You are purposefully selecting the exact right tool for the job. We established earlier that prompting techniques are essentially the steering wheel of this incredible technology. You now know exactly how to steer with precision, whether you're taking a quick trip around the block with ZeroShot or navigating a massive cross-country logical journey with Chain of Thought. The technology is sitting right there, just waiting for your instructions. So if prompting is the steering wheel, where will you drive your AI next? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.